So the tabular information y'all got was for E, F, G, with the X and Y coordinates, right? So in this case, let's just look at this one. E is 12 and 869. F is at 50 and 872.8. And G is at 15 and 858.9. 15, 858.9. First place to start. Any guesses? Okay, let's find M, right? Let's find what our slope on EF on the existing ground is. So E to F represents the existing ground. Okay. So for all practical purposes, G represents our hinge point and R represents our catch point. Okay, so we've kind of done this, but we've done it in a different sort of way. This is a much more fixed mathematical solution to our getting out there with ground rod and grade rods, slope staking and taking shots and hunting. But when we're taking shots, we're effectively, determining what our existing slope is, sort of. It'll be our change in elevation over the distance, or change in X. Right? So for E and F, I've got 872.8 and 869. And 50 minus 12. That's 3.8 over 38. Okay. M equals 0.1. Everybody good with that? Well, if I know M is 0.1, I've got two coordinates that are on this line, right? So the only thing I don't know is what B is, but I can solve by B for B by saying B is equal to Y minus MX. And I can substitute either one of these. I'll go with this one, 869 minus 0.1 times 12. Which should be 8. That's going to be 1.2. So it should be 867.8. Cool. Okay. So B is for line EF, B is equal to 867.8.
And B is the point at which it intersects the center line, right?
Yeah, if you extended this line out until you get to X equals 0, that's what B is. Okay? And so you need to do the same thing for this line. Now this line, they show that the slope on that is a 0.67 foot per foot. But how would we express that as a... So for GR, we also know that that's going to be equal to Y equals MX plus B, right? Or B is going to be equal to the y value, which is 858.9, okay, minus the slope, which is 0.67, okay. That's 15. They've actually, that 33.3 is their solution. Okay. So, what is the x value of G? It's 15 feet. 15.667 times 858.9 plus, okay, B is equal to 848.9. So you have the equation now for GR that, y is equal to 0.67x plus 848.9. And you have the equation for EF that y is equal to 0.1x plus 867.8. Fair enough? Okay, so I've solved for B on both of those, and I solved for the slope on both of those. It actually gave us the slope on one, and we solved it for the other. And then the question is, where does that happen? So if I set this equation equal to that equation, 0.1x plus 867.8 equals 0.67x plus 848.9. Can I then go ahead and solve this and say that 867.8 minus 848.9 is equal to 0.67x minus 0.1x. 867.8 enter. 848.9 minus 18.9 is equal to 0.57x, which says x is equal to 18, x is equal to 18.9 divided by 0.57 or 33.2. They have 33.3. I might have fat fingered something along the way. Okay. So that's my x value. How far off from the center line does that happen? What is my y value at that position? How do I find it? I plug it into either of these equations. I should get the same thing. Okay? So if I take 0.1, enter, and I multiply 33.2 times 0.1 and add 867.8, I get 871.1. Okay? So for the EF at 33.2 gives me 871.1, and on the GR at 33.2 says 2. Oh, it was point. It was the okay. That's where I got that. Times 848.9 plus 871. Oh, bless you. Almost 1. It was like 871.0. Okay. It was 0.67 is where I'm losing a little bit of accuracy, because versus 0.6667, et cetera, et cetera.